Someone might say the 12 disciples are actually the 12 astrological signs, the 12 zodiac signs. And then another person might say, well, the 12 apostles are actually the 12 cranial nerves. Well, it's all of those things, because as above, so below. The sun is your pineal. The 12 zodiac signs are your 12 cranial functions, and the 12 apostles. All of these things were designed to teach you about the inside of you. There are the stars in the sky, but see, all of that is still inside of us, and we are inside of it. So there are metaphors to explain these things. There are parables in the Bible. The scriptures talk about these things by explaining stories, and that's why Yeshua said, I speak in parables. Whoever that person was, he was teaching these things, and those things were more important than his own life. That's what that story was about. And he called himself the I am that I am. He was referring to the highest consciousness. Before Abraham, I am. That means before the Jews' father, they call Abraham, and the Vedics call Brahma. Before that being, which would equate to the first human man that gave birth to humanity. Before that, I am. He's saying, I am pure consciousness. And they wanted to stone him to death for saying that. He's like, how dare, they're like, how dare you? Are you saying you're God? Well, he's saying, I am that I am. And that just means I'm self-actualized. I realize that what's inside of me is the universe. So this is what people are not getting. They're fighting over ideologies and dogma, and they think that a lot of the gnosis, which I'm talking about right now, coming forward is evil or wrong because they were taught a specific thing in the Bible. But you're forgetting that the people that are teaching you these things in the Bible reversed everything. They confused languages. They literally tell you that. The languages were confused so that you could not be like the gods. What is a god? It is a person who is self-actualized. And often the people who have technologies or maybe innate abilities call themselves a god. But the highest being of the universe is the omnipresent mind of creation, and we call that the breath, or Yahweh. YHWH. It's not Yahweh. That's not how it's pronounced. It's a big misconception, because pronunciation is everything. Everything that comes out of your mouth is energy that creates. So it's important to be conscious of the words coming out of your mouth and your breath and how you energetically behave in the world. The 7 chakras of the body are the 7 churches. Now you may say this is ridiculous, but if you look up the actual teachings in Revelations about the 7 churches and you compare what he's talking about to the 7 energy centers of your body, it clicks. It begins to make sense, especially if you understand ancient Aramaic. You look up the words and you figure it out for yourself, because ancient Aramaic is basically Sanskrit would be the mother of ancient Aramaic. And Sanskrit was the original language, as far as we know, that was spoken and written. Sumerian was probably the oldest, but that was using symbols. So